Better pay, new career opportunities, or just not feeling it anymore. There's a laundry list of reasons for athletes to walk away from any sport. In this video, we'll be diving a bit deeper into why these women left the UFC and what they pursued afterward. Gina Carano. You know Gina Carano, the former Strikeforce featherweight title challenger of the world. You may also recognize her from Fast and Furious 6, Deadpool, The Mandalorian, and similar high-profile projects. Really, she's more well known because of her acting career than her time as a mixed martial artist. But that's not a knock on her skills as a fighter. Rather, it's a praise for her abilities and the rad gig she's been able to land for herself. After losing to Chris Cyborg, the only loss on her record, mind you, Carano decided to take up acting by closing the book on her MMA career. Although, she did flirt to sign with the UFC, but come on, who could say no to Deadpool? Valerie Andrade. Bellator is harshly, but let's be honest, fairly criticized for being a retirement home for UFC fighters. Whether they're over the hill or just need a new environment, Bellator has been quick to snatch up former UFC talent. They do occasionally bring up homegrown fighters of their own though, and Valerie Andrade serves as a great example. She's a Taekwondo black belt, she's a 4-1 professional fighter, and she's very marketable due to her fun fighting style and her great post-fight dance skills. In fewer words, she's a striker, and she also is drop-dead gorgeous. However, the 24-year-old decided to hang up the gloves earlier this year. The WWE rang on her phone, and they usually get what they're after. Andrade has a lot of time left to grab the WWE bag and return to MMA, but as of now, she's walking away from the sport. Paige VanZant. You knew you'd see her here, didn't you? Though VanZant is still active in combat sports, she hasn't competed in MMA since 2020, and it's pretty unlikely that she'll return to an MMA organization soon. But hey, she's only 28, she's got all the time in the world. She opted to test free agency following her loss to Amanda Ribas, which left her 2-3 in her last 5 outings. This move saw her being pulled in various directions, but none led back to the MMA. She has an OnlyFans empire and is also signed with 2 massive promotions in Bare Knuckle FC and AEW, and it is indeed a big deal. Also, she made quite a bit of money with her personal content. You know, the hot stuff. Get that bag, girl. VanZant claims that she makes more money now than she did in the UFC, and there is no reason to doubt her. Nunez. Recognize the name? You are thinking of a dominant female fighter. Well, Nunez is linked with the Lioness as her wife and formerly went by the surname Anzaroff, as the duo tied the knot back in March 2020. In her previous outing back in August, Nina broke her 2-fight losing streak with a split decision win over Cynthia Calvillo. Afterward, the 36-year-old announced her retirement by laying down her gloves on the mat, leaving the fans dazzled, along with Daniel Cormier as well. While speaking with DC, Nunez then let the world know that she's gotten what she wants from the sport, and now it's time for some more babies. Congrats to Nina for leaving with a win, and hopefully the whole baby thing happens sooner or later. Not sure what's ideal for wanting children. Some of us are still far too unprepared. Ronda Rousey. Let's be real, the UFC wanted Ronda more than Ronda needed the promotion, at least at the end of her career anyway. Ronda is a Hall of Fame fighter who really opened the world's eyes and got people on board with female fighting in the UFC. She did so by storming through the competition and taking her opponent's arms back home with her on a routine basis. Oh, also, she's a dang Olympian in judo. It is impossible to deny that she's a badass. After losing her belt to Holly Holm, Ronda wasn't very gracious in defeat. She took this very hard and had to battle some inner demons. She, being the fighter that she is, pulled herself from this nightmare and got back on her feet and tried again. However, this time she took on Amanda Nunez, and that didn't go her way, not even for a second. The world thought she was done after these consecutive losses, and though she probably could have returned, but she chose to switch lanes instead by joining WWE. Ronda signed with the promotion in 2018 and has been absolutely killing it ever since. Like and share if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to follow Sportskeeda MMA on all of our social media platforms.